Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are completely finished with the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise and exactly what Disney and Lucasfilm has in store for the fans, of course, throughout this entire decade. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that currently they really are in a phase of desperation and damage control to really rebuild Star Wars from the ground up, to really give fans a brand new experience, to really enjoy everything that's coming forward and everything that will be on Disney Plus and in the theaters, like the new Star Wars trilogy, you name it. Now, there's no doubt in saying that The Rise of Skywalker had a very messy and shaky production because of what happened by Kathleen Kennedy initiating all those reshoots, all of those rewrites in 2018 and 2019. Those were the two big years in which a lot of changes were being made to this movie. Now, let's not forget that they even shifted directors in the early stages. You know, it was originally Colin Trevorrow as the director and writer of the film, before it was all shifted over to J.J. Abrams, which is where all the Palpatine stuff, really started getting inserted in there. Now, looking at, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, yes, we do know that she's very incompetent as the head of Lucasfilm, and that she really betrayed a lot of people. She betrayed George Lucas, she betrayed Mark Hamill, and others out there. And speaking about Mark Hamill, alright, what's really interesting about Mark Hamill is, of course, his stance with, of course, The Rise of Skywalker as a movie. Now, specifically, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are officially done with the Skywalker saga, they are now moving on to their new Star Wars universe in general, as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of movies. It's explained that currently both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are making significant changes to the Star Wars franchise by regulating what is done over at Lucasfilm. However, it's noted that behind the scenes, that actor Mark Hamill, sometime after The Rise of Skywalker's release, has since been very unhappy with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy and how she handled his character Luke Skywalker. It's described that Mark Hamill was very furious and angry when Kathleen Kennedy decided to delete a majority of his flashback scenes as Luke Skywalker in Episode 9 that were described as the highlight of his acting career, as he poured his heart and soul into these scenes that were cut by Kennedy in the long run. Now, Mark Hamill was also very angry that Kathleen Kennedy decided to keep the scenes away from the Blu-ray edition of the film, and how she was also responsible for later not allowing him to improvise his lines of dialogue and his scenes in the movie that originally George Lucas and J.J. Abrams were allowing him to do so in the film. Kennedy also put an end to that plan, and it was actually said to have really hurt Mark Hamill personally, where it's noted that currently this is why Bob Chapek is working on the new cut of The Rise of Skywalker to be released in the near future in 2023 on Disney Plus, to respect Mark Hamill and everyone's work on the movie. So here's the thing about The Rise of Skywalker, is that yes, we do know that this movie could have been so much more, especially with what they were originally planning. So in case you guys have been out of the loop, originally they really wanted Luke Skywalker to have a lot of flashback scenes and a lot of other Force Ghost sequences in the movie that were really going to stand out for the fans to enjoy. That's exactly what, Bob Chapek, originally wanted J.J. Abrams and George Lucas to do. And of course, that was, until Kathleen Kennedy stepped in and really deleted all those specific sequences. The thing about Mark Hamill is that, he really had the opportunity to really express himself as how Luke Skywalker should be used in these Star Wars movies. He had the opportunity to do that, and he even experimented with that, and Kathleen Kennedy just threw it in the trash. I think it just goes to show us, the community, that Kathleen Kennedy really doesn't care about the Skywalkers, and she only cares about pushing these movies out, throwing the Star Wars label on it, and throwing in her agenda in those actual films. The other thing is that I think the thing that really topped everything off here for Mark Hamill, that really made him feel betrayed, is how she did not include any of his scenes in the Blu-ray edition of the film, let alone any deleted scene at all in The Rise of Skywalker. Kathleen Kennedy did not want any other fan to know about how much better the other scenes were than the scenes that we got in Episode 9. Not a shred of deleted footage was included in the Blu-ray. Just think about that. You know, it almost makes you wonder, why would someone, you know, buy the Blu-ray edition of the movie? Of course, there are people out there, and some of you may have bought the Blu-ray because you want to watch it at home, and that's fine. But at the same exact time, a lot of people like to buy the Blu-ray or a disc version of a movie is because it comes with extra features. It comes with deleted scenes or, you know, bonus content that's on that exact level here. So, I digress. You know, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it could have really been so much more with more Luke Skywalker scenes, and Kathleen Kennedy just threw it away. So with that being said, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.